Welcome everyone to my second bonus video and my final video for Wind Waker. Let's start with the remaining reefs. Now in my actual playthrough I have shown you Three-Eyed Reef, and I have visited the quadrants containing Two-Eye Reef and Six-Eye Reef, but I have not actually shown you the actual reefs themselves until now. And essentially, like I said when I visited Three-Eye Reef, it's just a matter of going in there, shooting every cannon boat and every wall-mounted cannon everywhere, and we will get a treasure chart on one of the eyes, as it were. And some useful advice, just, well, like the biggest problem you'll have is gaining a foothold inside the reef itself. I mean, once you destroy a good amount of cannon boats and wall-mounted cannons along the entranceway, you pretty much have a good solid foothold, and you can just navigate carefully until you destroy every single one of the cannons. And it can take you a while. I mean, be patient, don't rush things, and you should be alright. Also, if you feel overwhelmed with the amount of cannon boats, cannon fire everywhere, if you have the magic armor, I recommend using it because, well, it'll save you a bunch of trouble, and, well, you gotta be careful when using that magic armor because, again, it drains magic energy. And if you do not have any blue potions or green potions on you, you're going to be in trouble. And make sure you come in with a full complement of bombs because you'll be missing some targets every now and then because, well, hey, your aiming may not be perfect. Mine wasn't, and I spent a good deal of bombs destroying these things. Alright. Now anyway, what I'm going to be doing here is, after I show you these reefs right here, I'm going to show you the reefs I have not visited yet. And instead of me explaining pretty much what to do, because they're all pretty much identical. I mean, destroy the cannons, get the treasure from the highest point, and there. What I'll do is I'll just go ahead and read the Fishman comments about what they say about these areas, and yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it about the reefs in a nutshell. I mean, if there's something special about a particular reef, I will point it out, but otherwise, again, they're pretty much all identical. You just have to be patient, and you'll get the treasure charts in no time. So with that, let's get started on the remaining reefs, shall we? Cyclops Reef in Quadrant C4. You've seen those weird rings of light that appear on the seas at night, haven't you? Yeah, well, those things are a sure sign that there's treasure in the deeps, Fry. But let me tell you, there are some lights that don't always shine. Yeah. There are special ones that shine like crazy, but only when you open a treasure chart. They say that those mark the spots where the greatest treasures are hidden. Yeah. Anyway, what is so special about this location right here is once you get the treasure chart here, when you open it, the treasure is actually right here in Cyclops Reef. And the treasure in question is a special chart, and to be specific, it's the light ring chart. And it tells you the location of all the light rings throughout the Great Sea. And like the Fishman explains, they're pretty much sources of treasure, like rupees. You see rings of light, you salvage a whole bunch of rupees. I mean, they can vary from purple to red to yellow. I mean, you'll get a whole bunch of money that way. And some of these rings of light are actually inside the reefs themselves. So after you destroy all the cannon boats, stick around until nighttime, because sometimes the reefs the lights will appear inside the reefs, and you might as well get all the rupees you can, because again, you have to pay a certain guy money to translate some charts. 5-Eye Reef in Quadrant B6. Long ago, there was this huge fairy that lived to the south of here, in the forest on Outset Island. But now, all that's left is the ruins of the fairy fountain where she lived. It's sort of sad, but to tell you the truth, I hear there still is a fairy there. Yep, she's still alive and kicking down there, Fry. And of course, we have visited this fairy, and she gave us some nice rupee wallet upgrades. Yay. Alright, to get the treasure chart here, it's going to be a little more involved. First of all, we have to get to the highest point as usual, but we have to glide to one of the outer reef pillar things first. And then from there, we have to go to the center one, because that's where the treasure chart is. And now this treasure chart will actually lead us to the location of the Great Fairy chart. And the Great Fairy chart, of course, reveals the locations of all the Great Fairies throughout the Great Sea. And to tell you the truth, you don't really need it. I mean, locating the Great Fairies, they're easy. I mean, they're pretty much on heart-shaped islands that have conches on them. There's one in Mother and Child Isle, one on Outset, like the Fishman said, and there is one inside a Big Octo. And the Great Fairy chart is actually located on the very last reef I am going to explain. So, what an amazing coincidence. What an amazing coincidence, isn't it? 4-Eye Reef in Quadrant A2. You've seen those weird rings of light that appear on the surface of the sea, haven't you, Small Fry? Did you know that some of those rings only appear at night? Didn't think so. Yeah, this is our final reef of the entire game. Same routine, blah blah blah. We get the treasure chart, and we're good to go. Although, this one, you want to be a little careful when getting this one, because make sure you get to the right height, the right point on the cliffside in order to make the leap of faith. And it may not look like it, but you can make it. I mean, it looks like you can't make it, but you can. You just have to time your jump just right so that you can Deku glide while in the air, and you should make it just like that. Yep. Alright. And with that, this is our final treasure chart that we get from the reef. Yay. Now, like I said earlier, don't leave this area just yet. If you visited a 5-Eye Reef first, get the treasure from here. And it is the Great Fairy chart, just like I said. Alright, so yeah, that's it for the reefs. So, we're going to finish things up right now, shall we? First, let's start with Beetle's membership cards. When you get 30 points at his shop, he will send you a complimentary ID card, and that's pretty much what it is, a complimentary ID, and you're also a silver member. If you manage to get 60 points, he will send you a gold card, and that means you will be able to get free bombs, arrows, and hearts in his shops, and which is pretty much worthless since you can get those for free by cutting grass in the overworld. Now anyway, I am showing you now a montage of any and all remaining treasure charts and special charts throughout the Great Sea, and this is why it took me a while to upload these bonus videos. I had to go through a whole bunch of footage in order to find this footage, and I had to make sure I am not repeating anything that I've already shown you in my playthrough. So yeah, it took a lot of effort. So yeah, and I mean, what can I say at this point of the game that I haven't already said? Getting the treasure charts, I mean, getting some of them, they're easy. Others are a little bit more difficult. I mean, mini games, dungeons, whatnot. So yeah, and Now, salvaging the treasure, I probably said this throughout the playthrough, but I will say it again. Some hints. First of all, chart the entire Great Sea. Again, using the Fishman and some of that all-purpose bait. And because that way, when you open a treasure chart, it will reveal the treasure at a certain location, and it would help to have the sea chart fully mapped to pretty much tell you exactly where the thing is. And the thing is, though, the treasure will not appear at that location until you open the treasure chart, because apparently the game thinks, oh, you have to open it in order to get there. Now, of course, if you're using some kind of cheat code and all that, then, well, first of all, shame on you, and second, why? I mean, the rewards are pretty much worth it. I mean, you're getting a bunch of rupees and heart pieces and other charts, so why not do this extra fun? Why not work for it? So yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to show you the salvaging points because, well, I've already shown you where to get the heart pieces from the sea. I'm showing you where to get special charts from the sea, and I've shown you where to get the Triforce charts. So yeah, pretty much all the rest of the Great Sea salvaging points are silver rupees. Well, except for Windfall Island, which is only 1 green rupee, which is a rip-off. So yeah, just open your chart, go to a certain location, and find that big old beam of light, which is pretty much a bullseye for where the treasure chart, for the treasure is, and listen for that shimmering sound, because you're pretty much right there. And one more thing before we end Wind Waker for good. If you're doing New Game Plus, the game where you are playing in Link's pajamas for pretty much the entire game, the treasure chart the locations on the treasure chart actually change. For example, if you were to open your treasure chart in a regular game, you can tell easily where the treasure is located. Like, oh, this is located at Four-Eyed Reef. Oh, no problem. But if you're doing New Game Plus and open that same chart, which thankfully is located in the same quadrant, the map will make it a little bit more difficult to locate. I mean, it could be in Four-Eyed Reef, it could be in Six-Eyed Reef. I mean, you can't really... It makes it a little more challenging, so, yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching Wind Waker, and I'm done, so, bye!